a lot of the time people will say some artists, oh, we want this version of him that was like 8 years ago. It's like, but do you think he's even remotely the same person? He grew a lot. He's not the same person, and neither are you.
People are haters. Like, I can even say myself, I'm a hater. Like, everyone's a bit of a hater. If you don't say that you're a bit of a hater, you're a fucking liar.
Would a UTO project, just as a collective, would that ever happen?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it in the works?
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
Okay.
Definitely in the works.
Do we have any idea when we could possibly hear it or see it?
So what does breaking even mean to you financially, culturally, emotionally?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean...
All right, we're live, the Breaking Even podcast with Antzz and 3re6ix. What are we saying?
We're live. We're good.
All right, let's start with some lore, man. Like, what's the origin story? Like, here's the first question. Like, what made you first put pen to pad? Like, what made you think, okay, I want to write a bar?
Go on, you go first, man.
No, I thought you go first. You go first.
Cool. So for me personally, like, I say music was always a part of my life. My dad, he's a musician. So like I said, he came to South London like 30 plus years ago and came to study, but he also came to like make music. So he had his own bands from when he was young, and then he had like a couple other groups in England as well.
Okay.
Worked with Roots Maneuver and like, you know,
damn.
like Witness the Fitness and that.
Yeah, so like prime 90s hip hop era.
Yeah, basically. And like he did like kind of alternative, you know, I don't like to say alternative music because like music is music, but he did like alternative music basically.
Yeah.
And so I think when I was maybe like 3-4 years old, I like recorded my first song like with my dad. Yeah, so it was always like a thing that I wanted to do. It was always like music, even if it was just something I do on the side, like kind of like how my dad does it with like, he just balances it. That's something I want to do. So when I was like 13, I started recording with my friend. I went to his house like as often as possible basically. Yeah. Because I was just so hungry to like record. And I remember when it was like lockdown, I was literally finding like apps where I could just record like my voice on the thing and just make like little 20-second like snippets just because like I was so hungry to make some music.
I'll tell you what, BandLab has been a game changer. Like, we're literally I'm watching guys your age making hits out of their bedroom on BandLab. Like, it's nuts. I think that, it's just changed
the Apple headphones, like, they're not even on a mic thing.
Bro, not even that, just whatever gaming headphones you got.
Word. They actually don't even matter. Like, I've seen people perfect their presets so much that you wouldn't even be able to tell unless you really, really like, you know what I mean? You knew about mixing and stuff like that. But mix don't even matter now.
Even then, it's kind of like, I mean, I think at the beginning of your journey in the mix don't matter. More happens when you get towards the end. But like, even then it's like, if you're just doing SoundCloud releases and like a distro kid release, you don't need the most perfect mix ever. It just needs to be serviceable at that point. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen artists where it's like their mix gets better and then their fans start complaining. They're like, do we need that old so-and-so?
It's like the imperfection is kind of what makes people fall in love with it in a way.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Even then, that's kind of what lo-fi hip-hop kind of is. Just the weird noises in the background because they recorded it like in some garage somewhere and they couldn't get even half decent acoustics.
Yeah, because people are bored of the perfect shit. Like, do you know what I mean?
People want human. They want like reality.
That human element.
Not everything is gonna be in like a studio with like
perfect studio conditions. Like
you know,
facts.
It's like, no, like I woke up at like 2 a.m. to record this and my neighbours downstairs were having a house party. That's why you could hear bare random bass in the back.
Exactly.
Because they didn't want to turn off the subwoofers.
Bro, I've had the smoke detector in like half my tunes, bro. I can't lie. Sometimes I'll be listening, I'm just hearing like, and I'm like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? But
and you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to edit it out.
Exactly. I just turn the gain down.
Screw it.
It's whatever. I just have to firm it. It's in it, exactly, bro.
Do you know what, like what, is the smoke detector going to get credited on a feature one time?
Bro, might as well, bro. It's been like 50% of my fucking songs, bro, so it might as well, like, do you know what I mean?
No, the worst part is how much PRS and how much like streaming money do you owe your smoke detector?
I just found out about PRS like literally like 5 minutes ago, so I don't even know how much that could even be for. But definitely a lot, I'll be real, definitely a lot.
So 3re6ix, what made you end up picking up a mic in the end?
Well, music's always been around. I think it's because of music. You can't really stop music from going into your ears. But my dad was a DJ. Okay. But even at that, I just watched from a distance. I was more I'm just listening to listen. But I feel like with that, I gained my own kind of music taste. And when I went to uni, I was thinking, yo, I was doing information systems. And like with coding, like unless your heart's really in it. So I was like, cool, let me just, find a hobby. It sounds like, it's not as like a grandiose story, but it's like I tried to find a hobby.
For a lot of people, that is how it goes.
Through that hobby, like my first song is my first song on Spotify. My first ever song ever.
First ever song ever.
And from there, I just been growing with my music. It's weird because when you actually create music and you put yourself out to be judged straight away, it's like, fuck. How people expect something after and after and after. But I feel like I've been trying to let my music grow with me. Not to take it. Yeah, just to grow with me, because
I think that's an important part, because like a lot of the time people will say some artists, we want this version of him that was like 8 years ago. It's like, do you think he's even remotely the same person?
Same person, yeah.
He grew a lot, and your music has to grow in the same way, and also has to grow with the audience, because like, for example, you've got people who are looking at like, let's say Quengface, for example. I'd be like, but like, we want 3re6ix, Adidas Quengface back, but he's not the same person, and neither are you. And even then, if he brought those tunes back, you wouldn't care for them.
Yeah, you just be like, oh, he's trying to do that old shit, or you say he never changed, or like, you know what I mean? That's the people that get left in the past, are the people that just continually do the same shit.
The worst part is when you check it back in with an artist that you used to listen to, and it's like, oh, you haven't gone anywhere, you're still in the same place.
Still doing the same thing, then you're just like, bruv, you're a bum.
Yeah.
But people hate to see your growth, that's like a big thing, like, people are haters, like, I can even say myself I'm a hater, like, everyone's a bit of a hater. If you don't say that you're a bit of a hater, you're a fucking liar.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
everyone has to have that guilty pleasure hate or something.
There are things that you just dislike.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's okay. Some things you just hate.
People don't like growth. People don't like, even when, like, people will be like, I remember him, I used to be cool, like, he used to be the guy.
Do you know the ones, they always try and remind you of who you used to be.
Exactly, like, you used to be cool, because, and in your life, maybe that at that point where you used to be cool, you didn't even like yourself, you didn't even like existing, and then a couple years down the line, you're finding yourself, you're growing, and people are like, oh, bro, what happened to you, bro? Same with your music, bro.
Even if you matured as a person and you like the person you are now, they want to imagine, I remember he used to be moist back in school, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He was getting picked up by everyone, he was a waste man, no one liked
bro,
him.
you live in school. Exactly. That you're just stuck in that time period. You're moist now. Yeah, you're moist now, bro.
You're still moist.
Yeah, exactly. If you're still thinking about school, if that's still in your fucking head,
like,
bro.
You're 25, you're like, but like, back in the day, man, knew him, bro. Like, he was a beg for everyone.
Yeah, I used to get bad things, bro. Exactly. Yeah. Good job, mate.
Good job, man. You're
what you doing
30,
now?
like,
now you're playing fucking PS5 all day, bro. Like, shut your mouth, man.
You're pushing 30.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Talking about getting things, 16-year-old self, like, bro. We're moving mad. No, moving mad to you.
I think there's an element where it's very much like people wanting to relive their glory days. And I think in terms of the UK underground scene, it lays into quite a good question. UK Rap Daily, they did an interesting tweet that got quite a lot of buzz about, is the nostalgia becoming too much? Now, we've seen some great uses of nostalgia with like Jim Legacy and Sibo, for example. But we've also seen it just being really overdone, and so many campaigns of various different mixtapes and albums just being bring back 2016. What do you guys think of that?
Go on, bro. You say something, I'll say my piece.
Cool. Me personally, I feel like the nostalgia, the only reason, I realized this with making like my first ever cover art on my first ever song VPN, and that was like a Windows opening screen where you type in the password, right? And how that's evolved into the cover art for 3re6ix, into like the internet now, and all the internet's provided for like, because I feel like right now music is in a different place, like especially with 2016, last 10 years ago, that's the first time kind of, even for me having a phone, getting a phone was like 2015. That's the first time my mind's been like
open to the possibilities of the world.
Possibility of what could happen. So I feel like as long as people are not trying to like overtly cosplay, I feel like the reason why people are saying 2016 is because 10 years later, we're in an evolved version of what that was, or what that was in that, you know, having the iPhone 5s now. Having an iPhone 5 to now having a massive phone that you could FaceTime people across the world, and you could, you know, connect with people and make like actual, from my phone, only and like from my phone only, and the journey of me being on social media and all of that is led to this moment right here. So it's like, it's crazy what's another 10 years gonna do, and that's why I feel like the future is now like speaks a lot on
that very topic, which is why I think this was a good question to ask you two in particular. Because I feel like there is an element where it's like, okay, cool, there is some nostalgic notes on the tape, but it's like, okay, but what do I have to say about it? How does that translate for me? Or maybe even just what are my experiences of that time, instead of kind of just doing what I think is quite lazy of just saying, remember when we used to do this thing in 2016, and then you have no opinions on it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. Like, I don't know, in my opinion, like you said, like there's definitely some nostalgic notes. I feel like with songs like, Aviation, Slippery, it definitely goes into those type of like, 2000s. But I feel like this whole 2016 thing, just in my opinion, like it's like we was talking before the podcast and we were saying it's like it's always a love of things that were before, innit? Yeah. And like I feel like a lot of the like the young people in the scene of like 2016, like they weren't like old enough to really experience it. They're thinking about a time that was promised to them. Do you know what I mean? They're looking back at flipping the Rio de Janeiro, LA, King Kylie, whatever it is that makes them think of it, and they're like, damn, like I wish I was that age now. Let's make 2026 that, innit? Or they like the music from them. But it's like you were saying earlier, it's like when we're in 2030, when we're in 2036, what are we going to look back on? Like, are we going to look back on, how we tried to recreate something that already existed? Like, I feel like if you're trying to reinvent something and you take a little bit, that's just sampling, in my opinion. Like, people have been sampling since the beginning of
hip-hop, beginning of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
People don't even know that Gangsta's Paradise used to be a Stevie Wonder song. Yeah. They don't even know it's past that Paradise. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
and even then, Prince warned us that at a point we're going to be sampling samples. And look,
and it's already happening.
It's already happening.
So it's like, cool, you can't stop the inevitable in that way. Like, there'll always be, you'll always think of something or you'll hear something, you're like, damn, I can add to that, I can make that insane, like, do you know what I mean? So like even those little like those and Aviation, the Pharrell, the or the little or the kind of the
that's a bit of Soulja Boy.
People like, oh shit, like I've even seen some of my cousins who don't really know my music like that, and they'll hit. I remember like they came to the listening party, and they heard that and they was ready to go hit the and then they're just hearing this guy with the drums and the bass go. And they're just looking around like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Like, but we were just turning up because it's like, bro, this is what we're doing. Like, do you know what I mean? Everything, bro, the future is now like, bro, everything it's just one. Like, the future is the same as the past. Like, everything it's all just coexisting at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So we're just bringing the sounds that, we liked, not necessarily because it's like, from a particular era, but just things that we like. The rest of the album don't even really have those type of sounds at all. It just happened to be like, if people think that we're nostalgia being with them songs, but it's just sounds that we like. We heard them on the soundboard, we heard them on flipping on a VST or whatever, and the other shit is stuff that we feel like we're bringing. This is our original ideas. Like, do you know what I mean? And I have to give credit to 3re because a lot of it was him, and just like he was saying, like it's that fresh, like when you're first making a beat and you're first starting to produce, you've only got fresh things to give if that's the type of way that your mind works. Do you know what I mean? If you're an original, like, creator.
I think in terms of like fresh things to give and giving credit to 3re6ix, I guess we can start talking on the tape. One thing I'm impressed with is specifically drums. Like the way you guys work with just drums in general, it's very eclectic. It's kind of like, I think in a way it's almost like sometimes people approach rap beats when they're prescribed where like, okay, it's this sort of melody, which means it's got to have this sort of drums. You kind of just throw that rule out the window. And I feel like your generation of the UK underground kind of does it. What's your inspo with that?
For me personally, like, because I only started making my first song, I made it like end of 2023. That's the first time I'm also like hearing about a lot of the UK underground, like actually sonically, because I'm just a person that hops on a YouTube beat, posts it online
and see what
and
happens.
TikTok, and then first you get put on TikTok, and then you have a few months later JJ Finn's following, and then making me understand, okay,
this is
something wider. So from that, it's like, from hearing what's happening, I feel like you have an idea of what underground music is supposed to sound like. And I think with underground music, a lot of like from a lot of the popular ones is very like basic, like the formula is basic, like Ken Carson drums, just like dum, like the hi-hat just keeps on going and the clap in the middle is just very recreate.
It feels like you're listening to loops.
Loops, exactly. Like you could hear a whole Young Thug tape, and I shout out Young Thug on the rapping side, but let's say production wise, with the drums they'll be like the same. But I feel like what people in the UK have done with trap, it's like we've taken all our, let's say, ethnic backgrounds or musical inspirations and kind of put those drums into a point where like it makes sense, but we're like having our own fun in it, you know.
Even then, because like UFO is actually one of my favorite songs, and like it's got the rhythm of an Afrobeat song in a way that you don't expect it to, which is really interesting because you're like, wait, this is an Afrobeat song, so why does it feel like one? Why am I trying to bust the dirtiest horizontal I've ever done in my life? Like, why am I trying to shock you to this? It shouldn't work, but it does. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a fresh approach that I really like. And even then, to talk on a bit more on production as well, 3re6ix sent me. That is one of my favorites. I thought it would be a fan favorite.
Shout out Louis. Shout out Louis.
How did that song come about? Tell me.
Yo, so
you tell me.
Okay, cool. Shout out Louis first of all. No, I have to give him the props because from a musical perspective, like just on being on just a human on TikTok, seeing. After I first saw this guy's beats and discovered it, it's kind of like, okay, this guy's
your mind, didn't it?
This guy's got something. This guy understands something different about music. Like, there's no rules to this. Like, you open, there's no actual rules to it. So having like for Louis to shout me, I like. Bro, still today, this is the only beat we've ever made. It's like he's a mythical creature. But he shouts me one day, like 5. I think the beat's name is 5. Louis and 3re6ix make a beat at 5:44 a.m. I was at my dad's.
The way this guy names his beats, are so fucked. Like he would literally name them about like anything, like this beat I saw on TikTok live, or like no, the one that killed me the most is like, we are like all God's ants and he's playing a cruel prank on us. That's one of the, that was like a name of a beat, bro, because he was just feeling sad or something, bro.
Yeah, bro, I feel like how the beat made me feel, I'll just put that in the title. But anyway, that Louis beat, made it at 5:44, and it feels like because it was so late at night and I was at my dad's and I was half asleep, it just felt like a fever dream. I just woke up with a beat from Louis that we made together. He did, I can't lie, he did most of the beat, but just to even be involved in that and to have that on the tape, like, I don't know, it just shows more to the culture, like, it's not really a numbers thing. Like, we actually made this tape, like, because we wanted to put people onto music we fuck with, or that you know, we've curated, like, through our music taste and through our, like, inspirations and through what we've seen. So shout out Louis to even create that song, because it's insane, like,
literally. And even then, Antzz, you rapped your ass off on that,
bro. I'm telling you,
I
was telling him before, bro. The way that we made that song was in my kitchen at like a similar time as well, some at like 3 a.m. or something like that. And like we was just in the kitchen, and he showed me the beat before when I was still in Germany, and it's like, I don't know, this time something just clicked in it, and we made about like 8 songs. Like we actually started a new like EP, like damn near off that. Those like that rack of songs that we made in it, and it was the last song that we put on the album, which already went through so many different changes. That one, like that song was the last one that we put on 3re6ix, Antzz 3re6ix, and it was like when we made it, it just everything made sense. Like that one came, like it happened the quickest. Like the bars were just one after another, and like even there's a part of it where I'm talking about hungry belly, we inside of the gap.
Yeah.
So you should cook. So I said, what's the plan? I said, are you hungry? You said, for the racks.
This guy asked me if I'm hungry. He said, like, you want to eat anything? I said, nah, bro, for the racks.
For the racks. We was like,
wait, that's a order.
Literally.
Wait,
we were hungry.
No,
literally, we were hungry. We were inside of the gap. Literally. I said to him, yo, should we cook something? Are you hungry? He said, nah, for the racks. And he was on the laptop like this, like half asleep, like, nah, for the racks, man. I said, nah, that's cold. Like, we have to do it. We have to put it into the song, like, and then boom, like, just. Yeah, it made sense, like everything. Even the 3re6ix sent me this shit. And I was like, oh, yes.
I think it's a weird thing how, like, I think the reliance on punching in can either be a gift or a curse.
No word.
And I think it also kind of shows what kind of a rapper you are. Some people, even some very good rappers, just can't punch in. It's like they just need to write before getting in there. Some people can. Some people think they're very good at punching in, but really they're not.
They're not, no.
Because like a lot of like on the spot thinking to turn something like that into a lyric isn't something that people are good at. Your takes aren't very good. You can't necessarily do like punchline setup in the way that you've done with this song if you're punching in, unless you're like Lil Wayne or Jay-Z. But like they're two of the greatest rappers ever. So like of course they're able to get away with that.
Exactly.
But like how do you strike that balance though? Because I feel like you found it.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, like when I started making music, when I went to my boy's house, I used to write, innit? Like I used to write, and then I think when I went to Germany to go link my brothers, like DC and Friday, shout out them, Forever Friday, they were punching in. And I was like, yo, they really put me onto the underground sound because I used to do like other stuff. And that's when I realized like what my problem was when I was making music is that when I was writing, because I used to write like poems and stuff, when I was writing raps, it was like, I would write it to a beat, but I couldn't find the flow exactly how I wanted it. And I'd end up just being like a robot. Like I'd be like, and I'm like trying to catch
You're
up.
almost
with
like
the
you're
words.
reading it rather than actually performing the song.
It's like when you're reading a script and when you've got the script, you know, gone, and then you're able to like, you know, wow, I can't believe the words are not coming to me right now. When you're acting and you're like,
actually perform.
and you're performing it and you're improvising basically, And then I was like, damn, you know, there's so many things that if you're able to think of bars and they're already in you, they're already in your brain, why can't you just do it? Why can't you just say it then? And then the flows that come to you and the ideas that come to you, it's more than you could ever, like in my opinion, in my experience, there's just more there, like, you know what I mean?
So I think in your case, it's also a classic thing where one, poets sometimes struggle to transition to rap because they'll try and rap like poets. It's like, sure, it's rhythm and poetry, but it's not really poetry.
It's not, it's
because
different.
it's not as formatted as poetry can be.
Yeah.
So like, it's unformatted in different ways. And like, a lot of people write, they'll write having heard the beat, but not while they're listening to it.
Yeah.
But I actually think in your case, writing made you overthink.
It did. And then I started writing like spiritual miracle type.
Do you know what I mean?
And I was like, and I'm going interesting. It's like, shut up, man. I was trying to hear that shit. Like, yeah, you're smart, but let's.
People
you know what
forget
I mean?
like the technicality of rap. It's like, cool, when you have all that stuff down, that's great. But now you have to have rhythm, character, persona.
Exactly.
And that
The voice that like, I only really found now that all of that, it really just comes from punching in and just trying new shit. Like sometimes you have to really hone in on the way your voice sounds before the bars even come, and then you can start, you know what I mean?
Even then, like sometimes you can do a mixture of both, where you'll write it, but then you can punch in each 4 bar or 8 bar and then be like, maybe that's not how I want to do this. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there's a certain bit you want a particular tone or delivery.
Yeah.
And you give it a go.
Yeah.
And I think maybe there is just a middle ground for it. I think maybe we've been approaching this all wrong. Like people have said, oh, writing versus punching in. Maybe it's, do we adopt both strategies in their own way? I think that's an interesting way of looking at it.
100%.
Are you fed up with A&Rs that don't want to do their jobs or do any sort of artist development? Hire me, I'm cheap. Hi, I'm Ed Rants. So I'm launching a music consultancy business that's supposed to help you be able to build the artistic skills that your record label can't be asked to teach you, but wants to take 50% of your royalties off. I'm cheap. I'm only £30 an hour. Take a look on our website and our landing page and have a look on my calendar for what's available and see if I can help you.
So just to talk a bit more on just how you're navigating the UK underground, that sort of thing. It's like a lot of you kids in the underground are just one-man bands in the sense where you're doing everything yourself. And there's an element of like, can we just cut the ego, please? None of us are making money from music. And let's not pretend that we are.
No, even if we say that we are in our raps, like we know we're not.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a fun little thing that we do. Like, you know, you love the music and that sort of stuff. You love the swagger that we put on. But I broke. Like I don't have money. And that's okay.
Trust me, you can catch me working, bro. Like, I pray every day that I'm working. I'm not gonna say where I work, but every day, I'm like, damn, you know what? Someone could come into this shop and be like, Antzz, I saw you just say that you're making the rack and you're on the...
So here's a funny thing, because Daniel, very old school funky house artist, he's always had a thing where he was like, if you're coming up as an artist, the best thing you can do to start is get a job. And he's told everyone this. And even then, when some of his biggest tunes like Party Hard was coming out, he was working at the post office. So like, it's interesting how I think your generation is more attuned to that idea, right? And I think that's another reason why, like, I haven't really seen any UK underground artists be like, he's exposed for working here. I think there's like an element of respect now. Because like everyone kind of knows that, everyone probably has a job. And I think everyone's just cool with that, to be honest.
Cost of living.
I mean, there's definitely a couple guys that make money off music or make money, you know, they're just a bit savvy in that way that they found other ways to make money. Like, you know, everyone can, you know, I respect everyone's jug, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, most guys that you're going to bump into, they have to have a job. Like, bro, if we're young guys, we're 20, 19, even younger than us sometimes, do you think that my mum, is gonna be like, just make music and be a bum, like,
do you know what I mean? I can't afford that.
Yeah, like if I'm like, even if I haven't got a job, like even if I don't have a job at this moment, if I'm not looking for one or I'm not looking for ways to find money, my mum's not gonna be happy with that.
Yeah, because like you have to pay the rent somehow.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Bills have to be paid.
Bruv, honestly.
Literally, I think it's interesting because even then, if you look back at like the kind of drill trap rap era that we had, like even 10 years ago, and you're looking at people paying £300 for GR and daily uploads, you're like, I don't have trap money to spend.
Yeah, word. Nah, when you're already trapping, you already got the money.
Do you know what I mean? You've already got the brick. That's what you can afford to pay.
That's why their music videos are looking so good.
You know what I mean? You're losing, bro. You use trap money. It's all right, bro. But I don't have trap money.
You've already got money before you even started this shit. That's a cheat code. Like, it was harder to get into them circles back then. That's why I like that we're doing. Like,
the way you guys are doing it.
Yeah, because you know, definitely we have like cameramen and that are taxing out here, but I mean, in our case, we have, you know,
our friends.
Exactly. UTO as well.
Yeah.
That will do it for cheap or for free.
Just work it how you can work it out.
Exactly.
Like even then, speaking of UTO, so when did you guys join individually?
I joined in the March of 2024, April 2024. And it was more so for me, after starting making music in September 2023, around that time, meeting up with Zealous from TikTok and having our first few studio sessions, it kind of, you see like with Friday in Germany, how you kind of more sessions. For me is like now being in studio with other artists and actually like spending hours and hours and hours of just like songs that will never come out, but just trying to make something, you know, just find yourself as an artist is easier, I feel like, with other people because you could, number one, they're teaching you and you could teach them.
You learn things off each other.
Bounce off each other. And from there, like almost a year after that, 2025, like in, was it February time?
Yeah, it was February, literally around this time
February
now.
time, it's crazy.
It's almost been a year, blood.
You know what? Yeah, February time, what's it? Zealous, he sent me an Antzz snippet. I think it was the Squid Ink, bro. It was like some crazy snippet. I was like, yo, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? It's like, it's something I never heard ever. But yeah, we had a show, U2 had a show around that time. I was like, let's bring him through. Like, bro, there's no way this guy's not like involved in this like scene. Just even for him to be there, I was like
my first ever show that I've ever been to, like like that.
So I was like,
because I feel like what's interesting with the UK underground, there is a mixture of like online spaces and then IRL spaces, and I feel like it's interesting how you're very hungry for both, and it works off of both, right? Because even then, like, I have a theory that one of the reasons the UK underground has so much leverage and in terms of what's happening in terms of all the deals and everyone's throwing money at people is because you can't really do an industry plant in the same way because it's a community in terms of how it works. Someone knows you. Yeah. Right? You're in a Discord with somebody. Someone's met you at a show. Like, someone has met you. So if the label tried to actually do a proper industry plant, as in pluck someone out of nowhere, plant them in the scene, all of you guys as artists could be like, who the hell is this guy? None of us know you. Like, I can ask around the entire scene and no one's heard of you.
Yeah, no one's even seen your face.
No one's seen your face at a show.
I know a couple guys like that, though. No, I don't want to name no names, but I know a couple.
But you know what I mean? But even then, you're just instantly suspicious. You're just instantly suspicious. Like, I've not seen you from anywhere. Like,
100.
Even if I've not seen you, I've asked around the entire scene. Nobody's heard of you. But someone would have.
Bro, but the thing is, there's always a market for guys like that. Do you know what I mean? There's always a market for clones. There's always like people like, bro, since SD Kid come out, fam, there's been like a million clones. Yeah. And I'm just like, I sent one to 3 the other day and I was like, what the hell, fam? Like, bro.
I think there's an element to sometimes you look at some of them and you're like, you didn't even try, did you?
You didn't even try. My man, bro, the guy that I sent him, he had a belly on and like a whole like outfit and the same thing, same cadence, same type of flow.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, what's your goal, right?
What are you trying to do here?
What's your intention, bro?
But then I feel like when a recipe works, people look at the recipe and think, I could just duplicate the recipe.
There is an interesting political theory about this very phenomenon, like political and economic theory. It's called Hotelling's law. Hotelling's law is the idea that if you want to compete with something, the best way to do it is to put yourself as close to it as possible. Sometimes it's in like music and trying to make yourself sound to them or brand yourself the same. But other times it's physically being close to them. For example, it's like you'll see a McDonald's and a KFC on the same street. The best way to compete them is to move your shop closer to try and take some of their market share. So people are thinking, okay, people like the SD Kid sort of thing. So we're going to try and move ourselves like SD Kid to capitalize off of that. But what eventually people don't realize is that you're only just an appetizer so they can get the real thing.
Yeah.
They'll bang your tunes until SD Kid drops his. And then they're all going back to listen to SD Kid and they don't care about you no more.
Bruv, you know what that reminds me of? It's like when Mario Judah was like, Cardi, if you're not dropping a whole lot of red, we gonna drop a whole lot of red. I'm gonna drop it. And then he dropped it and people were like, Mario Judah, he's the best. Like, and they was glazing him off and they was like, fuck Cardi, this is better than Cardi. Cardi dropped a whole lot of red. Niggas were like, fuck this guy. He's gone. They don't care about him no more.
Just saying, like, it didn't.
Yeah, like, who even remembers that, bro? That you remember he made that beat? And then Cardi came, changed up the whole game.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, now you're gone. Now your chump changed after that, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Because, like, the clone only really lasts, the only way for the clone lasts is if he uses that to find himself and be like, okay, I started doing them kind of things. But I'm like, okay, I can divide it into some directions. And then you actually have a personality or a sound of yourself or your own identity. But I don't know why people think they can actually have a career being a clone. It's never going to work.
It's never worked. It's actually never worked.
In the history of music,
I feel like you don't like music if you do that shit anyway. Like, you're just one of them guys, you might have made a sound before, it doesn't work, and your manager's like, bro, this new kid, SD Kid, he's really good. You should try that out. Just give it a try. On a belly, they don't know it's you. You know what I mean? Just give it a try, mate. You know what I mean? And it never fucking works, bro. Ever. Oh, even Kid Boo. Do you remember Kid Boo?
Yeah, I remember Kid Boo, man. It was just pure antics.
Do you know what I've seen him do recently, bro? He's on the radar, but it's a fucking green screen.
Yeah. He fakes it on the radar.
And he's putting the AI voice of Drake over his thing as well. Like, bro, he's gone, fam.
Literally, like, even then, looking at Mazar basically faking an SD Kid feature.
Is that what he did? Yeah. Is that what they're beefing?
Yeah.
So I don't want to say nothing about Mazar before he comes and blams you. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, SD Kid, like, you know, I'm not going to say nothing about my man,
but like, faking a feature is a big no-no. That is just like such bad practice as an artist.
Damn.
But who gonna stop him?
Mazar, I can't lie. Like, he's gonna show me what Mazzy's side is like. Oh, I'm gonna be like that. He's gonna kidnap me outside of me in fucking Liverpool, bro. Yeah, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's certain rappers that just get away with certain things. But like, even me, I think the way you feel about Mazar is the same way I feel about Snap Capone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
Nah, you see Snap Capone, yeah.
I don't want to know.
That nigga was scary back in the day. Like, he was looking. I don't even know how old he was.
He terrifies me. To this day. To this day, I do like his music.
Let's not say too much, bro. Say his name 3 times in the mirror. He's gonna pull up to the shoot, bro.
Even then, my generation, the way we talked about Snap Capone, we taught him. He's the boogeyman. He's actually the boogeyman.
He don't even really rap. He just says what he does.
He just says.
Like he says it menacingly. Like, it's fucked.
It's not even self-snitching. It's just testimony.
Yeah. Word. Did he ever get bagged for anything that he said, bro? Did he get bagged for that?
Yeah, he's done a couple birds.
Yeah,
but like,
bro, it must have been for the raps, because, bro, at this point, this nigga's like King Von at that point, bro. Just saying what he does, bro.
Like, this man jumped on someone and be like, yeah, me and Coolio cocaine importers. I'm like, brother.
Yeah.
And you implicated the next man as well.
Yeah, I mean, bro. We like listening to people who are ruining our city, you know? Like, it's actually mad, fam. but it's addictive, innit? It's like fast food. Like, not saying that it's fast food music, but you know what I mean? It's like MSG music, bro. You know what I mean? You know it's bad for you. It's probably gonna fuck up your you know, your health, but you're still gonna take it in. Like,
I think it's also a thing where it's like sometimes you're just in a place to listen to it. Yeah. It's like sometimes I just want violence.
Yeah, word.
That's just what I want to listen to at this moment in time.
100%.
And I don't think it makes it good or bad because like even then, Pusha T is one of my favorite rappers. All he does is rap about coke. And that's fine. I don't need him to rap about anything else.
He raps about coke. He glorifies it like it was the sickest shit. Makes you think, damn, he's pushing that motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean?
I need to go build up a line.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next tune, we talk about how coke's ruining the community. And you're like, damn, coke's bad, you know. You know what I mean? It's actually mad. It's mad.
But like the variance that you can have on a single topic, which is why like even in a way I don't really criticize artists for being one topic. It's the are you good at rapping about that one topic? Mm-hmm. If you suck at it and it's boring, then that's the problem. The problem is you're just not a very good rapper. Not that you only have one topic to rap about.
Yeah, you have to say it convincingly.
Yeah.
Like, bruv, that's even bro. See people, I feel like the older generation is more focused on this, but see the whole thing of like cap rap,
Yeah.
Like, bro, if we didn't cap, even if I didn't cap about, like, I'm not saying I cap all the time, there's definitely, I bring my life into my raps, but there's only so much I can say in my 20 years of life, and let's be real, your life independently starts when you're about, depends what your parents are like, but
21.
Like, bruv, do you know what I mean?
21,
Like,
22.
no, but I'm just saying, like, even just being able to like go outside by yourself. I only started really going out at like 14, and sorry mom, but only my dad let me do that shit because my mom was still worried for hours. She was still calling me on the bus home. Like, so it's like there's only so much we can say, and I feel like it's like a fine line of okay, how far are you going? How much are you making it a statement that this is just art, and how much are you? It's about storytelling. Like, can you tell a story like and make it sound good, or are you just you know what I mean just chatting shit and getting yourself into dangerous things, or you know?
There is an element to like. There's a saying, they don't care if you lie, just make the lie sound sweet.
Yeah.
Where even then, ultimately, a lot of people say, oh yeah, but I could just tell it's cap rap. Half the time, no, you can't.
Literally. Chat to a wag and they'll tell you that their husband's cheating on them, but if they come with make the lie sound sweet, make the money come sweet, or like, they'll you know what I mean? Turn a blind eye to that.
If you already romanticize the lifestyle that they're trying to sell you anyway, and you seem to like the person and there's something you aspire to be, you're going to believe it because you want to. Unless it's terrible, most of the time you do. Like half the people that you think are so damn real probably aren't as real as you think they are.
Yeah, of course. And if they were as real, you'd probably be like, damn, this nigga's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, every single thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
Even like, one of my favorite rappers in America, the Glock 40 Spaz,
Yeah.
I'm like,
please don't.
I'm actually hoping you're not doing that.
I'm hoping that you're lying.
And when he did do something bad, bro, he got bagged instantaneously. Like, do you know what I mean? And then we didn't have no music for 2 years. So I was like, bro, just don't do that again. Like, do you know what I mean?
Then, I think because me, in terms of my background, I came up working for a drill label. And I saw in real time, like the truth of why drill almost ended up in the state that it's in is because we lost it. So much of the talent to prison and death.
Facts.
We just lost all of it.
Got Harlem Spartans, bro.
Bro, half of 98s, like most of 98s is in prison right now. Most of them. And they were like one of the big things. Like Unknown T was like flagship member. And he's like the only one left. Him and V9 are the only ones that are still out. Everyone else is locked. So it's kind of like, on that side of it, is it even worth it? And also, even then, there's argument to the other side. Where it's like, okay, you're doing cap rap, you're pretending you're this guy. One day, someone's going to G-check you, and then you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, word.
Like, your cap rap is literally going to put you in situations that you act like you're involved in, but you're not actually involved in. So that's just going to put you in a lot of danger.
I'd rather be the cap rapper that's talking about, you know, fly shit. Yeah. Talking about swagging out. Yeah, obviously there's always gonna be, you know, bits of a little throwaway violent bar, but that's just, you know, that's just to keep the flow sounding good. Do you know what I mean? But I'd rather be known as the you know, the suave guy that's that makes the money and can rock the thing and just, you know what I mean, have just that aura and that swag. Because one day I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, you could evolve into that. Like a lot of what like, and I realized with the tape and even like my music, like moving on post Antzz 3re6ix, like a lot of this is, from what I've realized, is rapping about how you feel. I feel like rapping about how you feel is over kind of rapping about what happened or the past. Because if you rap about what you feel, I feel like people could feel.
Yeah.
They can feel where you're coming from. And they can feel
like
where
aspiration.
you're going. Yeah.
Like, I talked to Amando Spence. Big up Amando Spence, man. He was saying that people need to rap about their destinies more.
Facts. Manifestation rap.
Yeah.
No
Like,
cap.
sometimes, like, he was saying, like, sometimes rap about where you want to go rather than where you are. And I think that's a very interesting idea. And I feel like that's
Futures
probably what
now.
a lot of...
Yeah, real
like,
shit,
even
yeah.
that's a lot of the tape. But I think even on another end of cap rap, I think sometimes when it comes to flash shit, and I'm thinking specifically about girls. You know that man that rap about how much they get girls, but it's like, who are you trying to convince? Why? It's like you're trying to convince other man that you get girls.
Yeah. But that's how it always is.
But
though,
I'm just
innit?
like, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think it's also an element where it's like, there's nothing worse than listening to someone and thinking, wow, there is absolutely nothing authentic about you.
Yeah.
Like, you are whatever you think people need you to be or perceive you to be.
Facts.
Right? So, like, I guess, how do you strike the balance? Right? Because obviously there's the cap rap that is just artistic license. And then there's cap rappers like, oh, you're just building an entire persona to try and sell me. Right? And even then, it doesn't even come off good half the time.
Facts.
So, like, how do you, I guess, find the middle balance? I guess, where is it? Where's the line?
Do you know what? Yeah, for me, it's like a lot of the time with my caps and my raps, yeah, it will just be something that I feel like sounds good, but it's not something that's unachievable. I guess it's kind of like what we were saying before. Like, it's something that, you know, I can do or maybe I have done, and I feel like as long as I balance it with, you know, stuff that I have seen and how I do feel, like in songs like Chardonnay, where I'm just, you know, that song is fully just is how I feel, how my life is right at this moment, you know what I mean? And like how it was just really just me just speaking on things, you know what I mean? And then obviously you'll get something like Aviation where, you know, I guess, is it really cap? You know, I got a girlfriend, I think she's fly. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're fine, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and then the rest of it's just bars, it's just things that, you know, little punchlines and little something. But the times where we are capping, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just to tell that story. That's that fine line to me, to be honest.
But the thing is, because now you said capping, like, what are we actually defining as capping? Because
see, this is what I'm saying. Where's the line?
Because this is like, where's the line? A thing where it's like these things. Because a lot of the things let's say when I hear your music, a lot of the things, is things that we've already experienced, or is character shows that this is like. This is verbatim. Like, I've seen it. It's not rapping about, but I feel like the idea of cap comes into so many people's heads, because when people start rapping, they're instant kind of like, I don't know, maybe order McDonald's they've been eating, just been triggering their brain to like kind of say like mad shit, just for the sake of saying mad shit. But I feel like with an artist, if an artist able to just tame just their intention and just put it through the mic properly and communicate it, I feel like is like the truth. Like,
because I think there's sometimes people try and do the expectation of what they think a rapper should be. So like, I'm gonna rap about the girls and the cars and this and that, because that's what a rapper does. Instead of being like, what do you actually want to rap about? Because even then I was like, being an artist is a persona in of itself. Because like, even then, you're not Antzz the artist, you're Antzz the person that goes around in the world. But
exactly.
This is a persona that I'm choosing to show you for the sake of art. From the moment you even decided to have a rap name, that's a persona.
Exactly. Getting called Antzz on the phone, I'm not gonna lie, that was mad weird for me, you know.
Literally.
It was like, damn, I'm Antzz. Like, to some people, that's all I'll ever be. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Like, even then, people know MF Doom's real name. That's been out for a while. But everyone calls him MF Doom. Yeah. To everyone, the character that is MF Doom is who he is.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he presented to the world. And I remember Getz was saying when he was doing his different alter egos, being like, Getz, get on Jay Clark. I remember him saying quite years ago, where it was the idea of like, we create alter egos because we wanted to create something bigger than ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, not even just as extreme as that, as soon as you pick a rap name, you want something bigger than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This alter ego that is my rap name is now even bigger than anything that I could do.
Yeah, it's kind of being born again. Like, when we're born, our parents like write on our birth certificates. And I feel like when you kind of choose a rap name, you're kind of writing your birth certificate again. Like, second
you're
time.
taking on a whole new identity for the sake of rapping.
And you'll talk about talk about the best things in your life, and you can be the most vulnerable. And if you make it sound good, people will enjoy that. People, you know, they'll benefit off your struggle, and they'll benefit off your flipping, of your best moments. Like, and they'll take those as their own. They'll relate to that. Like when I'm Antzz and I'm speaking on my pain, people will listen to that because it's in the song. Yeah. Whereas if I'm me and I'm speaking to someone, they might be like, oh, bro, shut up, man. I'm not trying to hear this guy talk about him being sad, like, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Like, well, what, like, if I sat down with you, the same person who likes the song, and we just build it up and I talk to you about how shit my life is, you'll be like, oh, bro, you're ruining my high, bro. But now, if you build up, slap on your headphones, listen to my song, all of a sudden, you like what I'm talking about.
I'll be like, yo, this is bad. Like, yo, you're going for a shit time, you know,
like, oh, I'm feeling, you know, like, I'm with you, man, I'm with you deep down. So I think it's really that distinction that's pretty important.
Yeah, 100%.
Question is, where do you guys go from here? Like, for example, I think me and a lot of fans would like to know, would a UTO project, just as a collective, would that ever happen?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it in the works?
It's in the works.
It's in the works.
Okay.
Definitely in the works.
Do we have any idea when we could possibly hear it or see it?
Definitely. I feel like we could get it done by the summer, 100%. We were already talking about as a collective the summer.
And I feel like everyone now is in the space where it's like,
this is good timing.
This is the time, and I feel like just too much talent just to not create. I want to create something that's like, you see how Antzz in 3re6ix was, even though it was different, it was cohesive. Yeah. Just want to create something cohesive with the guys, like just show like a display of our work, like to the art, to the dedication of just the rap Bible, just like to put it, stamp it there.
Because I think even then, Grime somewhat did this well, where a lot of old Grime crews would make tapes, EPs as a crew. Yeah. And that's how we know a lot of them today, like Meridian, Bloodline. Yeah, Rough Squad, they made tapes as a crew. And I feel like it would be cool to see that from, because there are a lot of collectives within the UK underground scene. So like even then, like you could even then, after you do yours, and then let's say, okay, 400 does one. Then you do UTO and 400. You make it one, you do a whole big one.
We got that.
We got something similar in the works.
Yeah, okay. We definitely got,
something
you know, shout out Mies, you know what I mean?
Okay.
We definitely got something there.
What other collectives are you guys connected to in general?
Well, right now, BTM, I'd say, is probably one of the main ones. Okay. Like, I know, like, see the day that I got that. Did we even answer that question with how we got into UTO?
Yeah, we was about to finish it.
So look how we just sidetracked all the way.
Cool. So, Antzz pulls up to the show. Antzz pulls up to the show. After the show, we had a music video for Antzz. And Antzz links up with Omean and shoots Master Plan. And that's like one of the
coldest
most
music videos.
legendary music videos. One take, few takes. I remember just sitting there with like Brazil just standing like, yo.
This guy's serious.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, yo, what we just walked in, or this is like, and shout out Mies, man. Shout out Mies. But I was like, yo, this guy is like, this guy down there, like, out rapping beats on the whole rappers in the scene, like, just like off, just the jump and just the swagger, just the conviction and everything. You know, when you're just at a music video, you just have that raw energy. It was It was just one of those moments, like, damn, just etched in my mind, like, damn, this is a moment. It's kind of like, you see how we see like nostalgia and like when we was in that moment, how we just look back at it. It kind of feels like that moment again. That's why I was like, just as we're moving on in life, the present is like the main, it's like the main, I don't know how to even word it, but that moment right there was like one of the most mind-blowing shits ever.
Yeah. That moment, like, well, you know, the lead up to that moment as well, I was in Germany and I'd flown in for Valentine's Day, innit, for my girl. And I remember the show was like literally a couple of days after that. And I'm telling you, like, that show, I was already talking to Queso before. He's also part of UTO as well. But this is when we actually both joined like the same day, but damn near. Oh, damn. But, like, he joined a bit after, and we was actually talking because we already knew a couple of the UTO guys before. And we kind of had a feeling like, I think they're trying to like get us onto UTO, and we was thinking about, you know, being part of a collective. What would that be like? And then when we went to that show, I remember just being so hungry. Like, everyone it was my first like real interaction with the scene, that in real life thing that we was talking about. And I was going into the green room and playing my songs off the speaker and thing like that. So it all kind of like, you know, culminated in that moment at the end where we shot Master Plan. And I remember at that point I was so charged, like I was so gassed about everything, you know, showing my music and people like taking me in for the first time when I was actually taking music serious. And then so when he just asked me, yo bro, you trying to be UTO? I was like, fuck it. He caught me at a vulnerable, I always tell him this, he caught me at a vulnerable moment. If anybody asked me, like, do you want to be part of it? I'd be like, let's do it.
You were in a say yes sort of.
I was in a say yes sort of mood, but honestly, it's the best decision like I could have made, I'll be real. Also, of course, shout out Mees. I know he was telling me he wanted to sign me to BTM, you know. And he was like, fuck, like,
I'm lucky you got poached, didn't it? They got you first.
It's like, you know when Gucci Mane was trying to sign Lil Baby or something like that, that's how it was, isn't it? Like,
you got poached.
Yeah, but honestly, that I'm so happy that, you know, I joined UTO because it felt right. And obviously I already knew most of them before. So like I knew 2-Bit, I knew Queso, obviously. So, and I kind of knew Zill and stuff like that. So it was definitely an easy transition to, you know, get into that.
Obviously, this is going to sound a bit mad because you two are on here, but do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say this on the podcast. Shout out 2-Bit, you're my favourite UTO member.
Yes.
Shout out 2-Bit.
Shout out 2-Bit, bro, you're my favourite member. I'm gonna lie.
Legend.
Indie 2-Bit is an actual cheat code, it's not fair. It's actually not fair.
Bro,
that is so sad.
The voice is just so...
It's magical, fam.
It's magical.
Nah, word. Me and TV actually got a new like music video song coming out, so definitely step into that when it comes out for sure.
Well, in that case, we're going to round it out here. 3re6ix and Antzz.
Come on.
UTO tape possibly on the way.
UTO.
Antzz 2036 out now. Run that up. Peace. We're out. Breaking Even podcast.
I want that. Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
Shout out 2-Bit, shout out 2-Bit. You're
Shout out 2-Bit, shout out Zill, shout out LS, shout out Tyler, shout out
BK, shout out Head Up,
Queso, shout out
shout out shout out Sly Viz, the best in the world, G. Sly Viz. Bro, UTO shit, bitch.
Hey, what shit?
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
When your project, Antzz in 2036, was created, who was it created for?
Do you want to answer this or should I?
I could, for me, maybe you may have different answers, but for me, like it was created for us, like genuinely, like just on the basis of actually just creating something that's tangible that we can see, that people can listen to. But for us, just for it to just exist, it's like for us.
Now it's for the people, innit? Like, I feel like, like now that it's out, it's for the people.
But
you know
when
we
were creating it, we would like...
It was just a musical thing, like, damn, we're actually creating something by ourselves, like no backing, no nothing like that. So, you know, and now that it's out, I feel like from the beginning it definitely spoke to more people, but now that it's out, it's really for the people and they can interpret it how they want. Do you know what I mean?
So what do you believe people are actually paying for when they purchase this project?
For like people are paying for a feeling, innit? Like people pay for, you know, everyone is paying for a feeling. You go on holiday, you're paying for a feeling of, you know what I mean, of happiness. You're paying for drugs, you're paying for euphoria and ecstasy. So if you're listening to our music, you're paying for a feeling, whether you can relate to it or it's just something that is like, you know, it's a feeling that's, you know, it's intangible. You know, when you're just, you know what I mean, you're listening to it and you're like, damn, I want to be here, or I feel this, and you know what I mean. So it's just a feeling, innit? Nothing more.
When was the first time somebody's paid you directly for your music?
You go first, fam.
And what did that change in you?
I shout out this guy called Ethan. Anyway, like this start of 2025, he gave me, I had to do 2 features, and I've still not heard him to the day, but spent 100 for both of those. And from that, it just made me realize that I could get paid off my voice. Like actually, like someone's willing to invest into me being on their track. But yeah, it's like it felt. I can't lie. I think that kind of made me understand that there's more where that came from, or there's more people that are willing to invest into the likeness of 3re6ix.
Yeah, you don't believe it till it happens. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like before you get paid. Mine was a similar thing. I got paid like almost 100 or something for a feature, and then I was like, damn, like all these years that I've been making music, and now I've actually got to a level where people think my voice, just me spitting on a track for 20 seconds is worth money. Like, it's a currency. My voice has become currency. Like, that is just, it's surreal. Like, it's like, damn, and especially when you're getting paid or something you love, it's mad. But the fact that it's just me just talking, basically, or melodically talking or whatever, it's like, damn. So mama made it moment. Best believe I was flexing that shit for time.
Need to go find more Ethans out there.
No, word. Shout out Ethan. Shout out Ethan.
If streaming was to disappear off the planet Earth tomorrow, how would you still make money?
With music.
Yeah, with music.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because I just get a job then, innit? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Now, in your musical career, how would you still make money in music?
I do shows, like, I'll be real. I think I do shows. I mean, if streaming was gone, then wouldn't a show be more valuable? It's the only way to listen to music.
And also, I feel like that is always adaptable, innit? Music it started off on vinyls, so then they moved on to CDs, and from there, like, MP3s. So, like, if the internet shut down, our phones shut down, yeah, we have to move to CDs, but it's always, I feel like, even down to physicals and vinyls, right now, the earth has enough receivers so your music can be played in most forms. So there is a way. It may be kind of shit, like the way you have to get it, but there's always a way that your music can be broadcast.
There's a way, bro.
What do you actually own in your career right now?
Well, I thought DistroKid was allowing me to own shit, but to be honest, after I had a conversation today, I was told that shit, I'm not even getting paid off half the stuff I'm releasing. So, damn, what do I really own? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I own my voice, but once it's on the track and it's put out there for the world to hear, then, you know what I mean? Who owns it?
But I think what we do own is a system, like people that believe in us, like our surroundings, like, you know, the actual culture that people are gonna buy into, like, you know, down from the cameramen to like the producers, down to even like the tastemakers or the people that ideas kind of, you know, give us inspiration around us. I feel like we own that. It's something deeper than just the music as the end product. Is like surrounding the culture.
And it's who you are as well. Like, obviously, if you get signed by a label and they dress you up, then I guess they own your image, but they don't own you as a person. They don't own your face. Like, they don't own your vocal cords. Like, that's really, you know, without that starting point of you know, nothing will be possible. Then there's nothing for them to buy off or even or sell or flip and own anyway, bro.
So what does breaking even mean to you financially, culturally, emotionally?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, what, like, feeling like there's some type of, like, fairness, basically. Like, I feel like breaking even, it's like, damn, that's a good question, you know?
That's actually like, yeah. But no, I liked what you said there with fairness. I feel like breaking even is like to break even, you have to invest. You have to, like, at least make all your profits back from the investment, or like to make it to where your investment has been covered off, right? And I feel like if the investment is all this energy we're putting into it, I think breaking even is seeing the fruits of our label.
Yeah, 100%. Getting, I guess, you know, all the time of our life cycle that we've, you know, put in, like, you know, every second of your life, you know, goes every minute, every hour, and we spent hours and hours and hours and days on this. So, you know what I mean? If time is currency, if time is money, like, give me my money then, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's what's breaking even to me, 100%. And feeling the love, like, you know, how much love I've put into the music. I want to one day have a fan base that loves the music that I make as much as I love it as well. Do you know what I mean?
So are you breaking even?
Getting there.
Getting there.
100%.
Close.
We're close.
Very close.
You know, you're always closer than you think.
Always.
100%.
Thank you for coming on the show.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.